There is an undeniable truth that has settled deep within the heart of your person, a realization that has come to define their every waking moment. You are, to them, an enigma, a profound mystery that they find themselves utterly incapable of deciphering. There is an aura that surrounds you, a luminous yet impenetrable veil of self-possession that renders you both captivating and, paradoxically, utterly untouchable. It is as if you exist within your own sacred sphere, a realm of serene composure that no casual glance or fleeting thought can penetrate. All they can do now, in the quiet solitude of their longing, is to surrender to the exquisite agony of fantasizing about the next time, the precise moment, they might once again feel the subtle, undeniable tremor of your presence. They sense you, not merely as a person, but as the living embodiment of the Queen of Swords, a figure of profound wisdom and unwavering poise, yet one who remains emotionally distant, a sentinel guarding their inner sanctum. Your energy, they perceive, is not just unreadable, it is meticulously protected, carefully preserved, like a precious artifact shielded from the clamor of the world. They can feel, with an almost visceral certainty, that your withdrawal has been a deliberate act, a conscious choice to erect a boundary, an invisible yet formidable wall that signals, with crystalline clarity, a profound truth: you are not to be approached lightly, nor are you available for the superficialities of the past. Your very essence, they observe, is now cloaked in a profound silence, a quiet strength born of deep self-possession, and this profound shift in your being is, quite simply, driving them wild. It fuels an insatiable longing within them, a burning curiosity that gnaws at the edges of their composure, leaving them restless and consumed by thoughts of you. From the very first moment their gaze met yours, something profound and irreversible shifted within the deepest chambers of their soul. It transcended mere physical attraction, moving beyond the superficial allure of the senses. What they experienced was a soul-level recognition, an instantaneous and undeniable resonance that echoed through the very core of their being, as if two long separated halves had suddenly remembered their ancient connection. Since that pivotal instant, you have taken up residence in the most sacred and often overlooked corners of their mind, a constant, luminous presence in the quiet hum of their thoughts. And no matter the vast distances that may separate you, no matter how profound the silence that has fallen between your worlds, they have not, for a single moment, ceased their quiet observation, their incessant contemplation of your being, or their fervent yearning for the day when your paths will converge once more, leading to a tangible, physical union. This is not, they understand with absolute certainty, a fleeting infatuation, a transient spark of desire that will fade with the passage of time. No, this is a profound and unyielding commitment, a force that compels them to consider, and indeed to embrace, serious sacrifices and to embark upon life-altering risks, all with the singular purpose of reaching you, of bridging the chasm that currently separates your realities. In the crucible of their perception, you are, without a shadow of a doubt, worth every single ounce of effort, every single sacrifice, every single risk, no matter how daunting. They have already initiated significant movements, taken monumental steps, even if the intricate dance of these actions remains hidden from your immediate sight. For behind the visible tapestry of your lives, the universe itself is in motion, a grand, benevolent orchestrator meticulously arranging the myriad threads of fate to bring you both into perfect physical alignment. Your eventual meeting, they know with an unwavering certainty, is not a question of if, but an absolute certainty of when. It is a convergence that is not merely fated, but divinely destined, spiritually backed by forces far greater than either of you can fully comprehend. They may present a facade of calm, an outward demeanor of distance, a quietude that belies the tempest raging within. Yet, beneath this composed exterior, they are observing everything with an intensity and a precision that you may not fully realize. They are watching your evolution, witnessing your profound growth, noting your deliberate detachment and feeling the profound impact of your silence. This quiet withdrawal on your part is not merely a passive state, it is actively forcing them into a period of deep and often uncomfortable introspection. Your intentional pulling back of energy, your creation of sacred space, has served as a powerful catalyst, igniting within them major realizations about their own self, the intricate web of their past actions, and the true, often challenging, nature of this profound connection that binds you. They are, quite simply, stunned, shaken to the very core of their being by the completeness with which you have retracted your energy, creating an energetic void that resonates deeply within their own spiritual landscape. They can feel it, this palpable absence, and it sends ripples of profound understanding and unsettling truth through their entire existence. You have, with an undeniable clarity, communicated, both energetically and perhaps even through explicit words, that you are no longer willing to entertain any form of nonsense. This applies not only to them, but with even greater certainty, to anyone else who might dare to infringe upon your newly established peace. You have, in essence, elevated your being, undergone a profound evolution, and are now unequivocally unavailable for the chaotic energies, the emotional turbulence, and the draining patterns that they, or others, once brought into your life. This resolute stance, this unwavering commitment to your own peace, has, in turn, sparked a nascent fire within them, a flicker of something new and transformative. While they confess to a profound nervousness and an almost paralyzing hesitation when it comes to the thought of directly contacting you, this very silence, this expansive space that now exists between your worlds, is paradoxically creating powerful inner changes within them. It is serving as a relentless, yet ultimately benevolent, force, pushing them to grow beyond their former limitations, to step up into a higher version of themselves, and to finally confront the uncomfortable truths they have, for far too long, skillfully avoided. They know, with a clarity that cuts through all self-deception, that you are utterly exhausted. You are tired of the incessant games, the repetitive, draining cycles that seem to define your interactions. You are weary of watching them depart, only to inevitably return, drawn back into karmic situations that serve neither their highest good nor yours. And it is precisely this profound understanding of your weariness, your deep-seated fatigue with the old patterns, that is now, more than ever, driving your person to actively work towards their own liberation. They are engaged in the arduous, often painful, but ultimately transformative internal work required to truly detach from toxic, low-vibrational patterns and from individuals who no longer serve their spiritual growth. Their deepest desire is no longer to return to you as a half-formed, burdened, or confused version of themselves. No, they are meticulously preparing, undergoing a profound inner metamorphosis, so that when they do finally come back, they will arrive clear-eyed, deeply grounded, and truly free from the invisible chains that once held them captive, preventing their full embodiment of love and light. What propels them forward, what fuels this intense internal transformation, is profoundly simple, yet overwhelmingly powerful. They have fallen irrevocably in love with you. And this, they understand with every fiber of their being, is not the kind of love that diminishes or fades into oblivion with the passage of silence. In fact, quite the opposite is true. The more time that elapses without direct communication, the more profoundly their desire for you intensifies, growing into an almost unbearable ache. They find themselves utterly incapable of going for extended periods without the very idea of you consuming their every thought, infiltrating the deepest recesses of their mind. You are, to them, their ultimate peace, the very spark that ignites their spirit, their greatest what-if, the most tantalizing possibility that has ever graced their existence. And now, in this period of profound introspection and growth, they are beginning to feel a nascent confidence blossoming within their own being. They are becoming increasingly comfortable simply existing within their own energy, no longer compelled to flee from the raw, often uncomfortable, landscape of their emotions. The days of hiding behind superficial distractions are slowly, painstakingly, coming to an end. They are learning, with each passing moment, how to stand firmly on their own 2 feet, to draw strength from within, and in that newfound inner fortitude, they are finally discovering the profound courage required to step forward, to move purposefully and with intention, directly towards you. You, on the other hand, have gracefully released the reins of control. You are no longer consumed by waiting, by the futile act of wishing, or by the exhausting cycle of hoping for a particular outcome. Instead, you are simply living, fully and authentically, immersed in the vibrant tapestry of your own present moment. You have, with profound wisdom, surrendered the entire outcome of this connection to the benevolent hands of the universe, redirecting your precious energy back to its rightful source, yourself. And, with a delightful twist of cosmic irony, it is precisely this act of profound detachment, this radiant self-possession, that is now pulling them in even closer, drawing them with an irresistible, magnetic force. This is not merely a conventional love story, a tale of 2 hearts finding each other. No, your detachment, your serene independence, is profoundly magnetic, a beacon of self-mastery that draws them ineluctably towards you. Your power, born of self-love and surrender, is undeniable, a force of nature that cannot be ignored. It is as if the more you release, the more you let go of any attachment to the outcome, the more intensely they feel themselves pulled, by an unseen yet powerful tether, directly into your orbit. And now, their deepest desire is to meet you precisely where you are, not in the chaotic turbulence or the murky confusion of the past, but in a state of profound alignment and crystalline clarity. This is not just a love story, it is a profound journey of spiritual awakening, a testament to the transformative power of soul growth, and a beautiful unfolding of divine timing. Your person is now acutely aware that they can no longer afford to live within the suffocating confines of cycles of avoidance. They understand, with a stark and undeniable clarity, that they must evolve, not simply for the sake of your potential reunion, but, more importantly, for their own inherent well-being, for the sake of their own soul's imperative. And when that evolution is complete, when the universe, in its infinite wisdom, meticulously aligns all the disparate pieces of your shared destiny, they hold an unwavering belief that you will indeed meet again. Not merely in the ephemeral realms of fantasy or the fleeting landscapes of dreams, but in a real, tangible, breathtaking reality, a convergence of souls destined to unfold in the physical world. Lately, I have been profoundly immersed in a transformative process, one that has demanded every fiber of my being, the arduous yet ultimately liberating journey of cutting karmic ties and shedding the accumulated layers of dense energy and outdated patterns that no longer serve my highest good. It has been an intense, often painful, but undeniably necessary odyssey, one that has challenged me in ways I never imagined, awakened dormant parts of my spirit, and ultimately, irrevocably, transformed me from the inside out. I have, through this crucible, risen into my own inherent power, a strength that was always within me but remained obscured. And with every conscious step forward, with every layer shed, I have begun to discover new, profound ways to understand and, more importantly, to embrace the precious gifts and innate abilities that have always resided within the deepest chambers of my being. For what felt like an eternity, I was trapped in a relentless cycle of self-doubt, questioning my abilities, my inherent worth, and even the very purpose of my existence. But now, through the profound shifts I have undergone, I perceive things with an entirely different lens, a clarity that was once unimaginable. I have begun, truly, to realize who I am at my core, to understand the authentic essence of my being, stripped of all the societal conditioning and past traumas. And a truly monumental part of that profound realization, that awakening to my true self, has come directly from you. You were, I now understand with a humbling clarity, right about me all along. You possessed an uncanny ability to see something within me, a potential, a light, a truth, long before I could even begin to grasp its existence myself. For that profound foresight, for that unwavering belief in my unseen potential, and for so much more that words can barely encapsulate, I am eternally, unequivocally grateful. You stood by me, not always physically present, but always there in an energetic, spiritual sense, a steadfast beacon of support even during those times when my own vision was clouded, when I was unable to perceive the truth with clarity. Your unwavering presence in my life, both seen and unseen, has imbued me with a courage I never knew I possessed. You were the catalyst, the gentle guide who helped me to believe in something far bigger than the suffocating weight of my pain, something infinitely more powerful than the paralyzing grip of my deepest fears. You offered me a reason, a fragile yet persistent spark, to hold on to hope, and that hope, that quiet, unwavering flame, has sustained me, propelling me forward even in those darkest moments when I was utterly convinced I could take no more. Because of your profound influence, because of the unwavering light you cast upon my path, I have finally begun to meticulously craft a new vision for my life, one that is no longer defined by the echoes of old wounds, the lingering shadows of past trauma, or the insidious grip of toxicity. This new vision is one filled, to its very brim, with profound peace, luminous clarity, unbridled joy, and an all-encompassing love. I feel your presence with me, even now, in the vast expanse of our physical separation. That energetic closeness, that deep, undeniable soul connection, it is always there, a constant, resonant hum in the background of my existence. And the longing that inevitably accompanies it, that profound ache for your physical presence, it is a powerful force, one that stirs something so fundamental within me that it can no longer be ignored, no longer be suppressed. It serves as a relentless, yet beautiful, impetus, driving me to continue my healing journey, to persist in my growth, and to tirelessly align myself with the highest, most authentic version of who I am meant to be. This unwavering drive is fueled by a singular, profound desire. I want to share this newly envisioned life with you. I yearn for us to meet again, not in a state of fragmented longing, but in a profound wholeness, in a sacred union born of complete love and an abiding peace. I am, finally, coming into a profound state of balance within myself, an inner equilibrium that has long eluded me. And I believe, with every fiber of my being, that this newfound inner harmony is not merely an end in itself, but a powerful guiding force, leading me inexorably towards the manifestation of not just internal serenity, but also a sacred union with you, one that will manifest both spiritually and physically. There was a time, I now painfully recall, when I was utterly incapable of discerning the truth, no matter how persistently, how lovingly, you endeavored to reveal it to me. I was too deeply ensnared in the suffocating web of my own fear, too lost in the labyrinthine confusion and profound pain that defined my inner landscape, to truly comprehend the luminous reality that was right before my very eyes. And the most agonizing part of that realization is this: I didn't even recognize that what I was experiencing was fear. I deluded myself into believing I was being logical, exercising caution, or simply engaging in self-protective measures. In the harsh light of hindsight, I now see the devastating truth. I was, in reality, meticulously constructing formidable walls, brick by painful brick, to keep love out, to block you out, even though the deepest, most authentic parts of my heart and soul knew, with an undeniable certainty, that you were precisely what I had been searching for, unknowingly, throughout my entire existence. I didn't want to admit it, not because the truth wasn't real, but because I was utterly terrified of the profound implications, the sheer magnitude, of what it might mean to surrender so completely, so irrevocably, to something so deeply profound and undeniably real. But what continues to amaze me, to fill me with an almost reverent wonder, is this: even in the face of my stubborn resistance, my self-imposed emotional distance, you never, for a single moment, gave up on me. Your unwavering faith in my potential, your steadfast belief in the sacred bond we shared, remained an unyielding constant, an anchor in the storm of my confusion. That silent support, that subtle yet potent energetic encouragement, was nothing short of a lifeline, a spiritual tether that helped me, slowly but surely, to find my way back to myself, to the authentic core of my being. I think of you, quite literally, every single day. Your presence, even in absence, permeates my thoughts, a constant, gentle hum in the background of my consciousness. I feel your love echo in every single heartbeat, a resonant frequency that vibrates through my very essence. And now, more than ever before, I want you to know, with absolute certainty, that I am ready. I am ready to open my heart fully, completely, and without reservation to you, to love you with every fiber of my being, with all that I am.